guys, welcome back to the channel. This is day 2. Only like hour number 5 or maybe 6, but I got all this bush hogged down, a lot in the trees and stuff. So what I'm doing now is today we're gonna haul a lot of this debris up. So we're taking the 3-foot bucket with the teeth on it and kind of using it as a rake. And we're gonna start down there at the bottom, kind of rake all this back up here, load it up. And then we're gonna go get some of the bigger stuff, the big logs that are in here. A lot of those are rotten. No use for it on the property to be a rotten log, so get rid of it for them. These trees I need to go ahead and take out still, so we're gonna just kind of work our way from the lake up here and rake a lot of this up, get it hauled out of here so there's less of a mess for him. So I got a lot of that cleaned up. Now I'm gonna put the bush hog back on here and mulch a lot of that down before I cut it up to put in the trailer. Left more of the nicer trees along this edge. Still kind of got to tidy this up a little bit, but just trying to get most of the bulk out of here. And then all the dead trees that were down in the water. Just got this little corner over here left. Kind of need to grab some of this stuff still. But I kind of got to get all the stuff off the bank first. These trees I'll probably leave. They look decent, looking straight. But like this corner, need to get all that scraped out. But for the most part, it's pretty good. Just kind of trucking some of these bigger pieces up to the trailer to throw on top. Alright, so this is still kind of rough, but I'm about to take the first load out, so kind of got that dug a little bit back. You can see there's pretty good erosion here, but he was talking about doing the pontoon little deck over here in this corner, so might end up digging this out, almost his own personal little ramp into the water, but that'd be later on. Still have some stuff down there to clean up right there, but for the most part I got the majority cleaned up. This was kind of extra anyways, since I got through the bush hogging pretty quick. The extra hours I calculated, go ahead and spend the extra time to get all the shoreline cleaned up even more. All those trees that were leaning out. But like I said before, I'm gonna have to take the bush hog and kind of mulch some of this up for the next load, so I got less of a load. But I probably got, this is probably a load, maybe 4 loads total. In there it's not nearly as thick as what it was right here, so I mean, you see these big pieces, I still need to kind of rake through under where all this is. But I'll get the chainsaw out and kind of cut these a little bit more to length. But I have a full load on right now. I don't really want to go any higher. I'm already above the sideboards, but most of that stuff's in the center, so get this tarped. This is a little long, so I'll cut that off. That's probably within the 3 or 4 feet, but I'll go ahead and cut that off too and just throw it up on top since I got to cut the one already. So probably cut those off too, that way the tarp doesn't have something trying to poke through it. So get the chainsaw out and get this tarped. All right, we're back. Got the truck pulled in here. That way it's less of a distance for that pile and closer for this pile too. So I'm not, bucket fulls all the way up to the middle. Might be able to get the teeth, and looks rotted enough I can probably chop that down a little bit. But we're gonna try to get that pile on first, and then a bunch of this leafy stuff on, and that pine on, and then throw this bigger stuff on top again to help compact it down. So I'll get started on that. All right, got all my bungees on, and it should all ride. Might be a few missing leaves at the end of it, but anything that is dangerous should be good. Here's a nice load. I'll get out of the sunlight. That's a nice compact load of wood right there. So there's not really much on firewood with this. It's kind of just brush. So, and I gotta burn, there's like a 10-foot diameter stump in there. So I'll push that over into there once the corn's harvested and burn all that, help get some of that knocked down and the stump gone. So, and the next load I'll probably put right there. And that should be the last load. it's getting dark, so this will be the last load for this. It's Friday night. Probably come back Monday and at least one more load out of here, just because there's still a lot of stuff that I want to clean up. But got a nice full load on this again. I still got to tighten this tarp down, but kind of pull that over. But got some bungees on there. And now I do have one rule, and that is never leave equipment overnight. So I'm gonna go home, dump this load, come back, pick up the equipment. That way it's not sitting here overnight, because it's the last thing I need is for that to disappear. I've had a friend recently just parked a enclosed trailer overnight, and it was gone the next day. So it only takes one time. And then I've also left the old excavator at a job site before, came back the next day, and I had a person stop by saying, I heard you got the Mini for sale, which it wasn't. Some meth head tried to sell it out from under me while I was on the job site. So it's definitely a rule not to break, is leaving equipment out. Just one of those things. It'll take me an hour by the time I go home, dump this, get back, but it's not gonna stay overnight.